Howdy folks, thank you very much. Yes indeed, we got Liquid versus Viking playing off against each other, and this tournament ain't big enough for the both of them. Theben, who do you think is going to take this first game?
Ooh, looking at the drafts, I gotta favor Liquid here. I'm looking at Viking GG, what they picked up. If they end up using the Haunt and the Doom in one engagement and they don't get any kills, I think Liquid is just gonna walk up the high ground, and the only deep push you have to that, Visage plus Enigma and Sven, is gonna be a Blood Right and a Fate Bolt, and I think that's not enough. One pipe, one mech is just gonna mitigate all the damage, and then you're just gonna lose pretty much lane of racks instantly.
So you're not really worried about the greed of this Enigma plus Mars thing, where we're going to have Tiger probably heading off to the jungle and just trying to secure himself a bunch of farm and leave the Mars pretty much alone?
Well, I think they're playing for this mid-game timing, and Liquid has done this Enigma greed style for a very long time. They're very, it's like a well, executed plan. I think they're gonna have.
Yeah,
here,
they're very proficient in it.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a big problem for them, in my opinion. I think Viking are the ones who have to constantly make good plays, and all their spells need to connect on the right targets, or else they're just gonna lose objectives one after the other in the mid-game.
Alrighty, well, yeah, let's talk about this mid lane as well. Quaver on the Visage versus Boom on the Doom, which is very nice to say. I mean, this isn't a matchup I've ever seen before. I think they described it quite well on the panel as being like, Doom, this hero which kind of just greeds out the lane, can't really put a lot of pressure, and Visage is this hero which is basically a turnip before level 6, I think it's fair to say. Doesn't really do much at all. And then he hits level 6 and it's just this insane power spike, and he can just put on so much pressure either on his lane or wherever he really feels like it. So we have Shad and Boxy actually trading a lot here over this rune. Boxy's going to bash him back and be able to secure the bounty rune whilst he's at it, and Shadow's dropping very low indeed, so Solari is going to have to slide in and save him.
Well, at least they still managed to get 2 bounty runes, considering they have an Enigma on their side, so that's a pretty big win for Liquid here. In terms of the mid lane, this is going to be an absolute free farm lane for anyone that lanes against Visage, to be honest. So Doom on top of the free farm, he's got Devour, so we're going to be seeing a very, very farmed Boom in this game. But what he does with that farm is going to pretty much make or break the game for Viking.
Yeah, I think Viking are very, very dependent on, as you say, making some big plays with these Dooms, because if they don't, then, they don't have a space maker. We saw OG running a similar thing yesterday, where they had the Morphling, and who were they running that with? It was Alchemist, wasn't it? Incredibly greedy draft. No one could really, Thompson did actually make a ton of space just by running around the map like a lunatic most of the game, but Boom, I'm not sure he's going to be able to do the same thing if he doesn't get off some really clutch Dooms this game.
Yeah, definitely, and he's gonna have to constantly think about the Enigma, the Visage that he's blinking into and such, so getting the perfect Doom targets every fight is gonna be so crucial. The silents are quite interesting. Boxy is already gaining quite a bit of XP, the lane is in front of him. Taiga gonna be pretty much getting free from, but this bottom lane though, I think there's gonna be a lot of pulling and trading of farm, but once they hit level 3, things are gonna hit the fan.
Yeah, we're actually discussing a lot about the bottom lane, how this one was going to go in the chat between us, because I had concerns about the Sven Grimstroke lane, but you put my concerns to rest, and you said these guys are just going to farm into each other, but with the possibility of either of them really getting kill potential on each other, as you say, when they hit the levels. So it's all going to come down to that. It's all going to come down to the pulls as well. But one thing I want to mention as well is when you're watching this Sven on Team Liquid, you have Insania playing the Grimstroke. He is going to make stacks. I mean, that is a guarantee when you're playing against Liquid, is that they're going to have stacks in the jungle. I'd actually really like to see Viking having done their homework or having a plan to go and invade. Maybe this isn't the draft for it, to go and really invade, but then again, you got Fade Bolt and Blood, right? So if he does go and make these stacks, as he tends to do on Insania, then I'd really like to see Viking going to poke their heads into the jungle, get a bit of vision down, and maybe steal some of those. Would be nice.
Yeah, Insania definitely stacks a lot, especially on Dire, but Viking GG, knowing their playstyle, not gonna give them Dire. So I think there's gonna be a little bit less stacking than normal. I think Dire generally has a lot easier of a time because the camps are much closer together, where you can constantly double stack and make a lot of farm for Sven. But nonetheless, we will definitely be seeing a lot of ancient stacks come out, because that's just how Liquid has been playing for years now, or these players, I mean.
Yeah, yeah. That's their calling card, you know. They're gonna stack. So far so good in the bottom lane. It's been pretty peaceful. But Mikael's got his level 3. But Insania's not quite there yet. It's all about the supports getting there as well. Let's have a look towards top. We have, of course, Solari on the IO playing into Tiger. Tiger's just gonna try and play as annoyingly as possible, whilst also trying to consolidate his own farm. That's basically the job of this Enigma, denying creeps from the lane and interrupting pulls where he can.
Yeah, you should check the last hits right now between this. This is the 2v1 lane, wow. And guess who's winning?
Boxy.
It's not
the king.
Exactly. Yep, Shad is having a terrible time right now, and Io has made his way into the jungle. Like, maybe he can soak some XP from Enigma, kill some Eidolons or something, realizing that he can't actually help zone out Boxy at all.
No, he's living the dream, this Mars. Even a single point in Bulwark as well, just to really tank up and make sure that Spectre really can't trade with him at all. So yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Meanwhile, Solari going to go watch Tiger jungle, but we'll take a ton of harass for his efforts as well. I mean, what can Solari really do here? He's just
top Shad.
Shad so low. Boxy chasing him down. He's barely taking any damage from the tower. He's just going to try and finish him with the right clicks and might exactly do that. Shad is going to get just right clicked down by Boxy. My goodness. First blood goes to the Mars in the top lane. He is dominating this top side of the map.
Yeah, you're asking if Boxy is gonna be fine 2v1. Well, he's got the most CS on his team, and he net himself first blood.
Jesus,
jeez.
What a player.
Well, they know how to play this Enigma Mars lane. They've done it multiple times now. And this is like just something unpredictable, I think, happening for Viking, and that's gonna put a huge wrench into their plan.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the dream Spectre game, but turning into a bit of a nightmare as Boxy takes control. I mean, what do you think about this Io then, going to kind of invade Tiger and trying to steal some XP from the Enigma? Is this the right play in your eyes, or should Solari be helping the Spectre in lane?
Well, the thing is, he can't actually do anything with the Spectre in the lane, right? The one level in Bulwark, and then the Io just hit him. He took like 5 damage. He's pretty much out-regioning the damage Io can deal to him. So there's not a whole lot he can do other than leech the Spectre's XP. So he just decided to go do something elsewhere. But, you know, it's just such a hard lane. Shad just doesn't have enough damage. Going for that Ring of Regen build. Look at the difference in base damage just between these two heroes, making it so hard for Spectre to last it.
Yeah, 61 versus 81.
Ooh, boom though.
Ooh, in the jungle, they have actually managed to find Tiger here with leading the charge onto Doom. He's got himself a rock to throw the way of Tiger, but he doesn't even need it. He's just going to run him down with a Scorched Earth, burn him up, and get themselves a nice kill in the jungle onto the Enigma. So there's a first invasion made from Viking, and successful indeed.
Middle tower is under attack.
That's definitely going to be something scary. The Scorched Earth, Io, tethered Doombringer running at you. I think that's going to be pretty much guaranteed kills with the Doom at least. But Visage has hit level 6, not any pressure applied to him in any way, so he's going to be able to just jungle up whenever the lane gets pushed, go back to mid lane, control that. Quite just going to focus on his farm. This is just exactly how they want to play this.
It's been a while since I've seen Visage. Do you know the current builds which Visages tend to go for these days?
I think there's a few builds they can go for, but most of them end up with a Solar Crest for either your ally or using it on your enemy. Helps your birds, yourself do damage. Just pretty much aura items overall. I think the Sven is going to be the hard carry in this game, so he's going to go for that full DPS, while Visage is going to go for the boosting of the Sven. Yeah,
for sure. Also, you get a bit of value there with the Soulbind, right? Because you can double that up and...
Oh yeah, the Soul Assumption actually with Soulbind is quite a nice spell. He's not going to have that maxed out anytime soon, but later on in the game, it's going to be dealing a lot of damage.
Yeah, and I guess with the hitting 2 targets, that's essentially 4 Soul Assumptions in one at that point, so that's pretty crazy. I wonder if we'll be seeing that coming out later on. I would imagine so. But yeah, that spell's pretty bonkers. Soul Assumption just does so much in the mid game once he hits level 15 as well. So far, have we seen any stacks being made from Insania? A couple, just actually the one, which is pinging out, saying, hey, there you go, Sven, you got something to fall back on. But because Tiger's been in the jungle, he's been kind of limited in where he can actually make these.
Yeah, I think because this top lane has been so disastrous, the Rubik or the Io hasn't really found the his way down to the bottom lane quite yet. He's been having to help against Boxy, defend his tower top and such, so the gameplay is a bit slowed down.
Run from the boom doom. He's here with a double damage, but he's going to go in for the Inkswell stun, but his right clicks are huge. Though Kuiper coming in from the side, just trying to force them back, oust them from the jungle, protect their stacks and protect this area from their map. Liquid playing very defensively in this early game, and Kuiper just making sure that his teammates are nice and safe.
Yeah, making sure that they do not enter the Radiant jungle. They just want to keep splitting the map 50-50 right now. I think Radiant is just farming much faster as long as they get their levels up, or they will be farming much faster very soon. Sven has made his way into the jungle. He's got that Mask of Madness, has cleared that stack over there. And that's what I mean by Radiant versus Dire, right? If this was Dire, there would be like a medium camp and a big camp, like triple stack already. But because the camps are so much more spread away on Radiant, you can't do that. Ooh, Shad again.
Shad going down at top to Boxy, dropping that arena and getting that kill. And now Boxy trying to get away with it here, but unfortunately there's a rupture out onto him as well, with the Solari and Boom just chopping away at him. He's going for the TP, but that's never going to happen. They will grab the kill onto Boxy and make it a trade up in the top lane, but probably not one they're too happy with, as that Spectre goes down for the second time this game, and really not having a good game at all in the Spectre. I mean, looking at the net worth, she is the lowest net worth core in the game right now, which is not where you want to be on this hero, though. Using the Horn to find something, and they will find it, as Insania is the one who drops down in the bottom lane, and Shad gets a free TP back into the lane. It always feels so good to drop that Horn when you respawn immediately and just get straight back into a lane, and if you can combo it up with a kill as well, you're feeling very happy. So, well, that's a little bit of a boost for Shad. Still behind, but silver linings, eh?
Oh, he really needed that, because if he actually TP bottom, there could have been a chance where Liquid runs at him and tries to kill him again, because he would be stuck in that area. But now that he does have a TP still available, if anybody does come to him, he can TP out. Boom here, trying to get a bounty rune. A little bit of a dangerous
spot. A lot of heroes nearby. Insania's coming in as well, looking to cut him off. He's actually going to drop down the Doom onto the Mars, but with the stun coming in from Mickey, he's popping the God Strength as well. They're throwing everything at Boom here, and they are going to be able to finish him off. Solari, meanwhile, able to run himself away quite handily, but that is an overextension from the Doom and punished thoroughly by Team Liquid. And they are just playing this map really defensively, even though they're getting some kills up in the top lane. Boxy's having a good time just solo. However, every time Viking come onto their side of the map, they are being punished really heavily for it, and that's going to make Viking feel pretty scared when it comes to making any of these invasive maneuvers in the future.
Is on the Viking to actually invade into Liquid's jungle and try to make something happen, because they're gonna be on sort of a timer in terms of, you know, all these auras that are going to be built up on Liquid and gonna be overwhelming Viking. So that's why they're content with just playing on their side of the map and waiting for Viking to come in and do something and just counter that play.
Yeah. Well, the game's going to slow down a little bit here as we are 3 for 3, although Boom once again just kind of wandering around the enemy side of the map. Liquid assembling the heroes across to try and deal with it. But there's so many scary ultis on the side of Team Liquid. I mean, you've got that Mars ulti, you've got the Black Hole available as well. You've got to fear them. Grimstroke ulti, not that good this game. What have we got? We've got double Malefice and we've got double Stormhammer. It's not exactly going to make me wet myself.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not too scary. And yeah, we're already seeing these auras start to come out from Team Liquid. I mean, even the cheap auras, they're just going for them all. They've got themselves the Vlads up in the top lane on this Mars. That's shipping out to him immediately. The Visagers finished these drums. So these two heroes just by themselves are a bit of an army of two.
Yeah, and they're gonna just go for the tier 1 towers one by one. Now top is gonna be the easiest one. They're okay with trading bottom. Next is gonna be the mid tower for Liquid to try and take. I'm going to predict, actually I'm quite surprised that Enigma is not going for a mech in this game. Just going for that Blink BKB instead, straight into that late game. I feel like if he does have a mech, it's just so difficult for Viking to just fight into it. One mech will just mitigate the damage of like Blood Rite or a Fade Bolt or something, and that's a lot of Vikings damage actually at this stage in the game.
It is, yeah, it is.
Radiant's middle tower.
Doom's kind of that control, but everything else got to come from other sources. Especially when you've got a Spectre carry as well, you know, it just feels like it's such a long time in the game before she's doing any real meaningful damage. Usually that Manta pickup is when the hero starts to hit hard, but she's actually going for the Blade Mail into Radiance build on Shad. What do you think about this?
I guess he kind of needs it against the Visage.
Yeah.
Works against the birds, right? You get that mischance.
It's something. Tiger finding him with Black Hole here, jumping forwards onto Shad, and there it comes. Black Hole comes down, Quaver coming over as well to offer a bit of damage. Is there anybody nearby? There is. Io comes in with the relocate and gets that Spectre to safety, TPing her up to the top lane. And actually, Viking are bringing in some heroes. They don't want this Io to go down. They don't want to give the free kill away to Team Liquid. They want to make something of this. So he's going to come back in. The birds with the ink swell. That's a nice little combo. Going to drop onto Toby and just stop the counter aggression. But I like the rescue force that comes in for the IO rescue team, comes swooping on through just to make sure they don't just feed away the free kill there to Team Liquid.
Yeah, it's really good counterplay there, wasting that Black Hole too. But I mean, Spectre was pressured, I guess is in a very safe spot now to farm up, since Visage did have to TP down there to make that play. And on the other side, Sven has been free farming that entire time too. Look at Sven's net worth. Holy smokes. He is just skyrocketing right now. Zero pressure put on him so far. Oh, there it is.
There is the first ult of the game from the Grimstroke, with the double storm hammer coming down as well, but there's a horn to answer it as well. And actually, the Spectre jumps into the tree. They immediately turn their attention to Shad, but the counter aggression is coming through, and they're going to be able to drop that Grimstroke. Now look over towards the Sven. He's a little too tanky for them to take down. Boxy on the side as well, being a threatening presence. Boom with the Doom hanging around, looking for something. Might be tempted here to drop it onto Boxy. He's running forwards, and the team knows with him, but there's no real effort being made. Just the zoning of Boom's presence is enough to force back Team Liquid. This is really good from Viking at this point.
Is under attack.
Oh yeah, that was a really nice soulbind there. Steal from Aramis onto the Grimstroke. And then Sven just kind of got locked in. As soon as they saw the Haunt, they're like, all right, guys, just get out. That's already a big spell used up. We don't need to continue on with this. That being said, I feel like Liquid should play a lot more around top and middle, and maybe try to play for the mid tower if Viking decide to spend so many heroes bottom.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure why they don't actually opt to attack that area of the map right now.
True enough. They're obeying. I mean, yeah, what the timings each of these teams are looking for then, because it feels like Viking are kind of happy to just rock up and put pressure whenever at this point. Are we waiting for the Sven's Ags perhaps for him to be a real factor in this game?
I think it looks like he's actually going for the BKB. If he doesn't have BKB, it's very difficult for him to just stand in the fight. So he's just going to go for that. I think Liquid are kind of losing a lot of their tempo right now. They had pretty good levels. This Mars was like insanely farmed early on and high level too. They should have just went mid with their spells and tried to take this tower.
Ooh, great arena from Boxy in the bottom lane is going to find him a free kill onto Io here at the very least. So Boxy once again making them these solo plays.
It's pretty much the only play he could do. It doesn't look like his team has any plans of just grouping up at the moment. Maybe they want to wait for that AC from the Visage. That could be it.
Yeah, really interesting stats on this Mars actually, as he's currently 3-1-1, so he's had 100% kill participation out of the 4 kills they've had so far. And look at his team as well, you know, there haven't been a huge amount of assists either, so basically 2 solo kills from the Mars so far has been the story of this game. Boxy really kind of in a one-man army in this one.
Really has. Got a Blink Dagger now too. Got that form of initiation for his team.
Ooh, Quaker, he's going for the Assault Cuirass. That's an interesting one. So that's going to combo up quite nicely with that level 15 talent with the Armor Corruption. Although I still think he's probably going to go for the Soul Assumption hits 2 targets just because it's so value. But you never know. They might see the value in doubling up on the anti-armor. What do you reckon? Very
possible. I think this AC is going to be quite nice, especially for the Sven and obviously your whole team. So again, like, I'm just so puzzled in this game as to why Liquid just doesn't want to go mid and force out maybe some spells from Viking and try to take some more engagements around that area. I think this Visage was so strong with the drums and the Vlads from the Mars. So I think the more the game slows down and Viking are going to hit their timing, like if they get this Radiance before Liquid do their first move even, it could be quite problematic for Liquid because they're always constantly spread out on the map.
Yeah, and Shad is, you know, he's having an amazing game and kind of new, you know, obviously he's playing well, he's farming the right areas of the map, but He's not made any spectacular plays other than some nice haunts here and there, but he's just kind of farming. He's just playing Spectre.
Oh, bottom, Taiga.
He's been given the space. Uh-oh. Yeah, this Enigma is very far forward here. Well, actually being invaded by Doom and Aramis, and they're going to be able to bring him down. So much damage pouring out of this Doom, and up in the top lane, you're absolutely right. They're going to be able to get the return goal to Insania as Viking make 2 strikes across the map and get themselves 2 kills with it. Nice relocate in from the IO there to help out bring in the numbers and finding the punishment.
Yeah, this is exactly what we mean. Like, Viking is starting to get more comfortable. They got like this BKB on the Doom. You know, the Bloodseeker is getting quite tanky now. Spectre has pretty much caught back up in this game. It's actually the 3rd net worth. You remember when the Spectre had a terrible laning stage against Mars and pretty much had to catch up the whole time? Well, she's caught up now. So I just feel Liquid just had to punish that big weakness Viking had with the Spectre being so far behind in this game. But now she's good.
Feels like many moons ago that Spectre was struggling. As you say, she's doing absolutely fine now. Very nice game for Shad. Liquid waiting and waiting and waiting for this Sven to really come online. He's now got that BKB finished up. I think that's all coming to him on the courier. Yep, indeed, full BKB coming out to Mickey. So I mean, you know, he is the hope for Team Liquid. They're putting a lot of pressure on him though, this team. You know, Liquid are really expecting Mickey just to carry the entire game for them because they're really not making many plays amongst the other 4 positions at this point. More just playing reactively.
Looks like it. They're trying to go back bottom here. See if they can get any lingering heroes for Viking.
Yeah, they're just hoping to find someone interrupting their jungling. And it's Mars who is going for the Soul Crest in the end here, or at least going for the Medallion to start it off. And I imagine that will turn into a full Solar Crest, and that's going to free up the Visage too as we see go for this AC, which he has now finished up. Full AC completed on Koikva. And gonna look for the next item. Probably another aura, I would probably guess.
Alright, here we go. Here's where they're gonna do it. They're gonna get this Aegis. They got the BKB on the Sven now. Liquid feel like they have done farming.
But Spectre, she's got the Radiance coming out on the courier. I mean, if Viking are quick enough, they might be able to interrupt this Roshan. Are they making their way over? Doesn't look like they know. Oh dear. Yeah, Liquid are going to be able to take it for free. Viking, I mean, they've just been lulled into a false sense of security because the game's just been so slow, and now Liquid allowed to just run in and take themselves a free Aegis.
And that's very nice now for Liquid. All the items have lined up. They got that AC online. They got the BKB online now. So if they can make some kind of play before this Doom finishes Shiva's, I think that could be it. That could be that big blow-up fight Liquid is looking for right now.
Yeah.
Explosiveness. I'm waiting for it, Nomad. It's been a very slow game. 4-6.
We've been waiting, haven't we? We've been waiting for this game to really blow up. We've been expecting it from well, Team Liquid in the early mid, and they've kind of just been like, it's fine. We can just wait for Mickey to farm. We don't need to make any plays with this Visage. They're just waiting. They are just playing the waiting game. Surely we'll see some players coming out soon, because we know Viking are not going to want to play into this Aegis, Sven. No way. That is very scary. Oh, we have an arena coming down. They've managed to catch out the Rubik. Alright, that's a freebie. Boom actually came over here. Not sure about this one. Has to pop the BKB just to stop that Stormhammer from connecting and back himself off. So that is not the ideal usage of a 10-second BKB charge, but kind of fitting for the pace of this game so far, at least.
Yeah, and Rubik is a huge kill. I guess probably their second best team fighting hero at this stage in the game. Got a blink, Aether Lens, can steal really good skills, and him dying first just means Viking just cannot take the engagement at all. They take the mid tower, go into the Ancients, steal the 21-minute Ancient camp and the 22-minute now. So I think Viking are gonna lose out on a little bit of gold here on the map. They're still not too concerned at the moment, right? They're just trying to wait out that Aegis timing. 5 minutes. 3 more minutes to go.
Yep. And the moment the Aegis runs out, or they find themselves an opening, you know, they've got this Haunt Radiant Spectre. She's going to be a big problem for heroes like the Visage and the Grimstroke as well. These heroes do not like playing into Radiant Spectre because she's just going to sit on top of them and annoy you, bring you down.
Yeah.
A Visage especially as well. I mean, this hero hates playing into Radiance. Both his birds and I believe his I can't imagine Gravekeepers does very well against Radiance, does it?
Yeah, exactly. It'll just get removed very quickly in the fight. And Spectre, with this Radiance, even if she gets Black Hole, she's going to be doing so much damage.
Yeah. Annoying hero indeed.
Blade Mail Radiance. I think Enigma might even kill himself if he Black Holes or Blade Mailed.
If she pops Blade Mail in time, yeah, I think that's very likely, especially with the, you know, position for Enigma with not that much farm, though. He is getting a BKB. Oh, okay. I always underestimate position for Enigma, especially when Tiger's playing it. He's nearly got a BKB, so definitely not under farmed by any stretch.
Radiant are
Yeah,
scared.
I can't help but feel like Liquid just had a really good draft, but it just sort of feels like they're playing this a little bit wrong. I mean, I could be completely wrong about that too. In 5 minutes from now, they might just be up like 15 or 20k gold, but buying Blink BKB against Rubik over buying like a mech and building something tanky and try to be like this immovable wall with your team just seems like the wrong decision here. I think even if he does have this BKB, he's not going to feel comfortable going into the engagements and black holing as long as the Rubik has like very good positioning.
Yeah, and he's obviously going to be looking out for that. Meanwhile, in the top lane, they're having a little poke at Toby, but again, you know, just giving him just a poke, really. Nothing more. Not a prod either.
He's got a Crimson Guard too. This is such a great pickup against the Visage. The birds will not be doing any damage. This is not an item you see at all, actually, Nomad anymore, right? It's just most of the heroes just burst through you, but Visage birds, they hate Crimson Guard.
Yeah, interestingly, the two teams I've seen build it recently have been Liquid. Oh, they're jumping forwards here onto the IO. Superman Sven coming flying in and getting himself a kill. Not the most high value kill, but they do have Boom on the front lines here. Maybe they can bring him down as well, but the Rupture's been thrown down onto Mickey, meaning he can't really do much more. Can't chase with this Rupture on him, and certainly doesn't want to drop that Storm Hammer on anyone.
They might want to fight here. That's God Strength gonna be on cooldown in about, what is that, 20 seconds here? Yep.
Seconds, yeah.
So I think Viking are really, and they have the BKB on the Doom too. They don't want to let Liquid get out here, but Liquid realizing that if this God Strength is down, they are toast. They cannot fight back. They gotta get out.
Yeah, and again, you know, this is what, 4 or 5 heroes moving top lane, and for a kill onto an IO, not even getting a tower. That's not efficient, is it?
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower.
It really is a game of efficiency here, isn't it, from these two teams?
Looks like Liquid now, the Aegis is gonna expire pretty soon. Yeah, it's expiring right now. So they're gonna be waiting another 3 minutes plus another 3 minutes on top of that for the Rosh spawning time. It's gonna be more of a stall game at this point. And it looks like Enigma's going straight for that Linken's. He's casted 1 black hole in this game, Nomad. That's it. And he's already going into the late game build for Linken's. It's the only way to counter this Rubik, right? From stealing your black hole. But if the Rubik ever gets to Aghanim's, then, you know, you're going to face the same problem. Someone on your team has to kill this Rubik.
Yep. Someone has to. Not an easy task either. He's going to be playing very, very scared on Aramis. He wants to stay back. He wants to be finding the... Oh, hello, Mr. Mars. Maybe they're going to go for this Boxy kill here. Boxy is going to turn around with the arena. Unfortunately, misses a spear onto Solari, so they're able to just circle him around and kite out Boxy and get that kill. But in they go with the Black Hole. Tiger dropping it solo on Solari, but the Doom actually cancelling out the Black Hole as Mickey jumps to backlines, trying to find himself a kill. But Zania actually gets killed off by Shad in the backlines, who also finds Tiger. Now looking across to Mickey. Mickey trying to fight into the Spectre somewhat successfully as well. The Spectre's being cut down. They're looking over towards the Doom as well. Mickey is proving to be a huge problem in this fight, which they can't deal with on the side of Viking. An awkward start to the fight for Team Liquid. I mean, fighting on a corpse, basically, of their Mars, but they still find something. Only a kill onto Shad. They do lose 3 heroes of their own, though.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a much better fight for Liquid, though, because Rubik...
Hold on, it might not be over. They jump forward onto Mickey. He's stuck around for a camp, but Viking, they see the numbers advantage. They go for it, and they get the kill onto the Sven. 78 seconds now dead on Mickey. A great movement in from Viking, just knowing exactly what moves to make, and finding a great little kill there onto Mickey.
Wow, that's crazy. So that fight started with Rubik stealing the arena, and then that gave Taiga an opening to be able to BKB and Black Hole, but, you know, Spectre coming in, killing off that Enigma. I thought Viking destroyed this fight, but then Sven, with his big damage output, was able to bring down the Spectre, but, you know, hanging around like that afterwards, oof. Very uncharacteristic from Mickey there.
Yeah, usually a very careful player. Doesn't usually get caught out farming like that, but hey, dropped his guard on this one.
Things are
Foxy,
starting
pick
to
up your
look
neutral
really
items.
bad here for Taiga. I mean, not Taiga. For Liquid, I gotta
Radiant
say.
structures are fortified.
Can't help but feel like they're starting to fall off, and they just weren't able to apply the pressure when they were really, really
Dire's
strong.
bottom tower is under attack.
No, I mean, this was their
Radiant's
timing.
middle tower
The
has fallen.
Sven with the BKB and Aghanim Scepter, that was their time to go when they had the Aegis as well. Couldn't have asked for a better kind of mid-game lineup. And unfortunately, Viking just held strong. The wall did not break, they didn't show any cracks. And now they're looking really good as we come into this 30-minute mark.
Dire's
Toby
bottom tower is
already
under
has
attack.
a Lotus Orb now too. He's quite tanky. Can throw that Lotus Orb onto the Spectre or the Doom. Sven's gonna have a hard time just storm hammering in as well. So he's gonna end up stunning himself. Looks like Aramis is on his way to
Alright.
his Aghanims too. Just 2,000 more gold. Alright.
Liquid, they are definitely feeling the pressure. The flames are being put to them now and they want to make a play. Smoke up, 5-man rotation in. They have found Doom. Here could be a really big kill as he pops a BKB, turns it around, drops a Doom onto the Sven. And now the Horn comes through as well. The turnaround could be huge as they just wreck this Sven on the backlands. The arena comes down and that's going to spin forward the Doom. Maybe Boxy can get the return kill. Sven's still oh, never mind. No, he's not. Shad has found him on the backlands. Mickey is going to drop. So far, the only casualty is this fight, but it looks like Boxy is going to be following him to the grave as the Mars getting singled out by Boom and Seller as they chase him into the Roche pit. Meanwhile, Tiger being chased by Toby. He's going to get run down as well. Viking in full control of this game. The rotation in from Liquid is less than successful.
And that was their smoke play too, right? It just happens to be the worst possible hero that they could have smoked into. The one who had BKB and Shiva's. Excellent Doom from Boom there, you know, taking it chill. He knows he's got the help of the Spectre with that Haunt.
Dire are scattered.
And that's it, that's gonna be the Aegis. This is probably the most important Aegis of the game, the second one. Which also gives you a cheese. This is where I fully expect Viking to just dominate this game. Or dominate the map, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, what hope is there left for Liquid at this point? Viking just looking so damn scary. I mean, maybe they can take a fight whilst the ultimates are down, but just like running into an Aegis Spectre generally seems like a pretty bad idea.
The ink tide.
As Zania drops in the bottom lane. Nice little pick off
Who
there.
needs Haunt?
Aramis, Shad, and Celery. Exactly. People reload.
IO.
Yeah.
And that's an IO with the cheese too. So good luck killing someone
Radiant's
next
top
fight.
tower is under
Mickey.
attack.
Oh boy.
The burst Sven ain't gonna feel so bursty no more.
Mech, cheese plus
Radiant's
greater
top
fairy
tower
fire
is
on
under
this
attack.
IO.
Oh my god, Tiger is so committed to the black hole life. I mean, I respect this kind of ride or die mentality from Tiger, going in for the Lincolns, but I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like just doubling down on the Aura strat could have been the play here. Maybe a bit too late for this at that point, but yeah, I mean, Visage is in a whole world of hurt. He's gonna get killed off here by Viking. Just another casual kill. They'll take the burbs as well, not just the daddy, but also his little kiddies as well. No mercy from the Vikings.
Not only that, I think Auras is exactly how you counter heroes like Spectre and Doom. Like, these heroes hate playing into Greaves and Pipe and all these Vlads like that can just constantly heal up and just stand their ground. So that's why I'm still so confused by
Radiant
Taiga's
structures
build.
are fortified.
Big time. Boxy
Reload.
once again caught out in the bottom lane. Reload comes in just to make sure they'll bring down the Mars. And the Gladiator will fall inside his arena.
We're at 9k now. They were at 4k when they got the Aegis. Continuing to build on up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Getting bigger, faster, stronger, harder.
Scotty complete on the Spectre.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, what is Liquid's fighting chance here? They wait for Aegis, go for the 5-man black hole, hope that Enigma doesn't just straight up die to Spectre anyway.
They don't even need a 5-man black hole. They gotta get like
Okay.
Rubik, Io, and Spectre in the black hole. at least those 3. Or like Doom, Spectre,
surely
IO,
Doom,
and
right,
hope
yeah.
that the Lincolns is up, right?
Radiant's bottom tower.
Like something like
Spectre in the
that.
black hole, sure. Isn't the play now just to kill everybody except Spectre? Because I mean, trying to bring it down inside a black hole just feels like
Yeah.
tricky
Well,
task.
Spectre might kill you with a hunt if you black hole, I think. Like, she's really farmed and strong right now, so. I'm not sure if the Enigma is going to be able to survive through a hunt if he actually just goes in, so. Yeah, you got to get at least like 3 or 4 people probably to be able to fight. I mean, another option would be you smoke up, Viking are like a little bit split up, you instantly burst one hero with the Sven, right? And then Viking still decide to take a fight after that one hero is dead, and then you can just play off that. Just outnumber your opponent. So there we go.
Soulbind down bottom lane, just trying to hold back the forces, but Mickey is actually going in on this. His team just aren't backing him up though. This is a one-man army of the Sven, and he is just going to get killed by 4 heroes, surrounded, beleaguered, and brought down. Meanwhile, the rest of Liquid just retreat to the high ground, and Sania, of course, dropping as well in that one, as the 2 heroes die. Not quite sure what that was from Team Liquid, but they do lose 2 heroes. Now Viking get a free invitation to the high ground. The red carpet is lined up, the door is open, there's some warm cakes on the windowsill, beckoning them into the Radiant base, and Viking, you know, they will take that up with open arms. Down go these barracks.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
We said it, Nomad. This Aegis and dominate the whole map. 16k gold lead now. In a matter of what, less than 5 minutes. In 4 minutes, they actually built up 12,000 gold on the side of Viking and a whole bunch of kills.
Yeah, the net worth chart is just like a plummet.
Now they're just going to control up top, mid. They don't have Aegis, but I don't think the Spectre has any fear in the world that he's going to die right now. He might even pick up the cheese if he wants to. Like, Io doesn't need this cheese, honestly. Like, you might as well just give it to Spectre if there's an open slot.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, there we go. He passed the cheese already before the Aegis even expires. Perfect.
So who's been the standout performance on Viking to really kind of create this this game for them?
I think it's gotta be Boom, right? He got the perfect items like the BKB first, built the Shivas, made sure mid tower doesn't fall, even though there wasn't a whole lot of pressure on that mid tower anyway. I think he just played so perfectly in this game, and no hesitation when he broke the smoke, instantly doomed up the Sven, turned the fight around, understanding his limits. Look at his build right now. He's got so much armor, and he's keeping the ice armor creep. Not going for that blink hoof stomp creep. I think that's like quite big.
Yeah,
I think that would have
armor
been
to help
so
with.
squishy.
Not just himself, but Sven as well. Like, it's super annoying for
Exactly.
Sven to go on these high armor supports. Yeah, I agree. Boom's had an incredible game, and this Ags now as well is going to make this Mars feel like a complete potato. Like, he can't just jump in and drop arena and expect to live anymore. Once you drop that arena, your time on this earth is done. Boom is going to end you. Also, of course, disabling the... Well, it stops you getting charges of Gravekeeper's Cloak, which is kind of a weird one. It doesn't just take off the buff. It stops the Sven cleaving, of course, and just in general just gives you so much more damage and control in these fights. Meanwhile, we have a Soulbind coming out, as Insania has been caught doing some warding, going to try and force stuff down to low ground. TP himself away and will be successful in doing exactly that, so he will escape on his mission.
Looks like the first thing that's gone right for them in a while now for Liquid.
Yeah, the fact that the Grimstroke surviving is the first thing that's gone well for them in the last 10 minutes. It's a very sad idea of how this game is going.
Yeah. And I think Viking, they're going to play the patient game. They don't need to throw this lead away. Want that next Roshan. They're even willing to take fights on the next Roshan too. They got a butterfly now complete on Spectre. My lord. Does Sven have anything against evasion? No, he does not.
No. He is a little boy. A little boy.
Enigma. Still very far from that Lincolns, it looks like. Actually, not that far. About 900 gold. But if he buys Lincolns, right? Or if he buys his like Perseverance, he's not going to have buyback gold anymore.
I mean, Tiger's feeling pretty all in at this stage. You know, if he's all in for the black hole build, I can tell you he is all in for the Lincoln Spear as well. My man wants to make this work. He doesn't want to feel silly at the end of this game, having gone for the entirety of the black hole build and landing approximately, what, 2 black holes, which both got cancelled out pretty quickly. And in we go down to the bottom lane. Hawk comes down. They're trying to break on top off the Sven, but he's going to jump across to Toby and Solari, trying to bring them down. But the Blade comes down to Sven controlling Mark. Meanwhile, the backline there is trouble insane. He has lost his life. Solari has gone down, but Koipa's going to follow. And now they really comes down from Boxy, holding still the Doom. Maybe they might be able to bring him down, but now the Sven is looking pretty isolated. The teammate's just so low, but Koipa's coming back into this one. They're trying to fight up into him. Mickey is still doing okay. Shad's on top of him. They're picking him out, but I'm not quite sure that's a possibility. He's a blink away. Going to cancel out that Sven stun. He will not follow through. And now Rubik comes charging in. Hello, Aramis. And now the black hole lands on 2, but cancelled out by the Yules immediately from Toby. Fortunately, there's no black hole available. Now Tiger stun out onto Shad. Shad is getting really low. Will get finished off by Boxy. Liquid, they dig deep, and they've actually been able to find themselves a fight, though they do lose the Sven at the very end there. But somehow, with a couple of buybacks, Liquid are able to hold just about. My goodness. I mean, what a scrappy, messy fight there. What happened?
Well, they used the Doom onto the Enigma, which I think was the right target because there was a BKB on him, so they get him out. The Sven, there wasn't a whole lot of lockdown available on the Sven. Sven starts to smack on the Doom. The Doom is actually a very high source of damage for Viking, so as soon as he died, things became much harder for Viking. And I think Visage and Enigma both used buybacks there to come back in and help out Liquid, at least salvage the fight, right? I think now they have a win condition on Viking. If they get rid of this Visage or the Enigma, they are dead for over 100 seconds.
Is under attack.
Yeah, that's gonna be the win condition now for Team Viking. Roshan up in 15 seconds as well. Obviously, being ruptured here. Has got a TP if he wants to get himself away safely. Isn't doing that. So Toby with this pistol's gonna get speared up, controlled. And Boxy can now run himself away with relative safety, although there's another hero coming in here as Boom gets onto Insania. Insania could be in some issues. There's a BKB pop from Doom just to make sure he can fully get this kill onto Insania, and he will do exactly that. So they get a sneaky kill onto the Grimstroke, and this might make Roshan a bit easier for them with his Grimstroke dead for 43 seconds.
Yeah, they know it's alive. 40 seconds. They might actually want to make a smoke play first instead. Just make sure that they can guarantee this Roshan without any crazy stuff happening, because that's the one way Liquid can actually come back into this game, is if they manage to win a fight here, take this Rosh. And there's also an Aghaden's Blessing available too.
Ooh. Wonder who's gonna get that. Any good contenders? I mean, I'd love to see it on Spectre, honestly.
Ooh. For Viking?
Viking, yeah.
Yeah, Rubik's already got one, right? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Rubik and Doom both have one.
Yeah, Bloodseeker is not bad too. You get 2 ruptures.
True.
On Radiant though.
Value, but on Radiant.
Ooh, on Radiant.
That's a lot of
Enigma
fun.
or Grimstroke. Yeah, Enigma or Grimstroke, because Grim can actually steal like an illusion of Spectre, right? If you get that
Radiant are scanning.
Dark Portrait ability from the Aghaden's, and then you got that Radiant Spectre.
I mean, it pretty much instantly dies against Spectre is the problem there. I know, because I've done it thinking it would be really sick and like kind of, oh, Haunt coming out. They're looking around. A scouting Haunt, I guess.
I think it's misclicked.
Yeah. Zoning Haunt.
Or maybe they were looking for boxing the trees, but
yeah, it looked like
gone.
it actually.
Yeah, it was one of those two for sure.
Well, I mean, that's 120 seconds, 2 minutes without Haunt. Could be a real opportunity for Liquid to find themselves a good fight here. Yeah, they know this is coming.
They got Lincolns too. That's huge.
Ooh, okay,
Nemo with
Tiger.
Lincolns.
Okay, Tiger.
Finally
Let's see what he can do. They even gave him the Spoil Prism as well. They're committing so hard to this black hole. He's got to make it work, Tiger.
Spectre's got a shackle on right now, 4.5k HP.
Jump up to the high ground. Boxy managing to find the arena down onto Yara to start off this fight. Solari is going to get hold still by Boxy, and Boxy's going to be able to get the kill. Solari gets straight away, but in comes the black hole onto both the Doom and the Spectre. They've actually got them locked down, but the follow-up, where is it? They're finally the Doom comes in, but the stolen black hole is actually used by Aramis to give him a little bit of an interrupted by Boxy with the spear, but Mickey will be able to take down Boom in the backlines. He's going to buy back into this one as quickly goes down. Boxy will lose life as Shad comes into this, and now Mickey is looking a little bit isolated. Where is his team? They're nowhere nearby. I mean, you've got Insania, but what can he do? Absolutely nothing is the answer. The Sven goes down, and just like that, Liquid fall. They don't have any buybacks left at this point, and it's looking like this might be the end. It was a noble attempt eventually, but unfortunately unfortunately, oh, they're actually going into Roche, so this might give Liquid a chance to respawn and maybe take one more fight, but at this point, it is looking very, very unlikely that they'll be able to do anything about this game. Oh yeah, they might be able to get the Aegis and win.
I got the Ags on the Spectre. Shadow Step.
Woo! So yeah, I mean, I don't quite agree with this Roshan attempt with all these buybacks available, but I mean, it was so quick that why not, I suppose. That fight though, I mean, what happened to that Linkens? Because Aramis just took the black hole and used it anyway, so the plan clearly didn't work.
Well, Spellsteal has a 2-second cooldown, right? So your initial usage on the Enigma will break its Linkens, and the second one will steal the black hole. So unless the Rubik gets hunted during the black hole and dies, then he's gonna get the black hole regardless.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot you can actually do against that unless someone on your team is actively looking for the Rubik in the engagement. With 2 buybacks down and Sven also having to go all in at this stage in the game.
Oh no, they're not going for the win versus Liquid though. Even we know how this one goes. They're at their strongest when you mega them. But even so, considering his team's track record, this game...
Another black hole.
There's no way, right? If anyone can do it, it's this team, but they are so far ahead. 34k gold advantage on the side of Viking. Ancient now exposed. The Viking like, yeah, well, you know, I guess we'll go for this. Repair kit on the Ancient. Kit. Lovely.
They're going to be patient with this. They know there's a black hole available. They don't want to do anything crazy.
No. A couple of spells being thrown towards the Mars, just soft poking. No hard commit.
Io and
Viking. Although he's getting very low. Horn being popped. Oh no, just Shadow step forward onto Box. He's getting a bit of extra damage on Tim. Popping the BKB. Now the Horn comes down. Jumping the backlines. Finding the Grimstroke. That's going to be the easy kill to start off this fight. Now Black Hole comes in from Tiger. Catching out too. It's pretty good with the Spectre and the Fountain. She's taking all the damage, but it doesn't matter. Tiger's going to drop all the same. The Spectre tanky enough to survive the Fountain all the same. And that is bad news for Team Liquid, but they are still trying to go for this one. If Liquid will jump forward and kill off Solaria. Now jumping into the middle of the fight. Making with the BKB. Takes down 1. Might be looking for more. Takes down 2. Now looking for Shad as well. I mean, Shad's going to lose his life. That is 4 dead. Make it 5. That is an Aegis Doom nonetheless, but I think he might be dying a second time here. Oh my goodness, it's like the storybook for Team Liquid. Every single time they get mega, they always find the energy to bounce back. Viking, you should have gone for the win, and now they are in a spot of difficulty. I mean, well, I say that. I mean, that is a huge exaggeration. They are still mega creeps up. They are still 30k gold up, but somehow Liquid dig deep and find the fight.
That's crazy. I thought they were going to wait it out, you know? Like, they see the power of Liquid and their potential and such. Oh, no. This Doom doesn't have buyback. Now, if the Spectre uses buyback while they're pushing on the high ground, that could be very scary for Viking. Because now the Spectre has to play very passively for, like, the next 8 or so minutes. So here we go. Visage does have AC. That's plenty of damage. What does Sven have? With the Travels ready. Oh, they both buyback here. Oh no, they cannot die. They're going
for it. Team Liquid. Are they going to try and go for the Rax, or are they going to go for the Jugular? I mean, I think we already know the answer. The team has spoiled their opportunity. They know how little chance they have of winning this game, and, well, this might be the Hail Mary, the all-in-or-die play. Rupture used onto Mickey, just trying to slow things down, trying to buy time for the Doom to get back into this one, but 60 seconds is a long old time. Going for the barracks, going to push through mid. Liquid, what is the decision here? There's tier 2s up, so there's no chance of going for megas. They have to go for the win, or they have to go for nothing. Crimson Guard also going to slow down the push a tiny little bit. 40 seconds on the Doom. Liquid trying to make this happen in style here, but I mean, it's just so hard. And in they go. The Arena comes down, actually just giving them the protection, but the Abyssal Blade comes down onto Mickey, just holding him back. He's holding back on the BKB, waiting to use it with the Satanic as well. Meanwhile, Boxy just focusing on the tower for the time being, and now Mickey jumping forward onto the Spectre. Spectre taking so much damage, but with the Satanic, they're actually ripping through him. So alright, trying to keep him alive here. Spectre just trying to fight into the Sven. Sven finally getting pretty low. The Mars has gone down, jumping back to the creeps, going for the TP out. Not going to happen. Yours comes down, cancelling the TP. Aramis jumping across to Insania as well. The Sven will die, buys back into it because their Fountain is in trouble. The Ancient has fallen pretty down low on the side of Team Liquid. They have to buy back and TP back to defend it, and they will do exactly that. The push, unfortunately, doesn't work out for them. Now they have to somehow find the defense. 3 versus 5. There is just very little chance at this point for Team Liquid. Liquid. You've got to respect the all-in plays, but unfortunately, with their Ancient exposed, they had to come back and defend it, and yeah, didn't quite end up going how they wanted on Team Liquid. And now the full 5 force of Viking coming in, looking to finish this game, and there is nothing for them to do except hit the Ancient. There is a fortification on the Radiant side, and in comes the Horn, jumping forwards onto the backline. Look at the Tiger. They know that it's Black Hole. It's the only chance of them turning around this game, so they're going to try and jump on Tiger immediately. But Tiger gets back into the Ancient, but unfortunately, into the Fountain, but unfortunately the Ancient is now exposed. The fortification comes out. They have this Black Hole that's because constant gets cancelled by the Dags. Now they jump, but they're trying to look for it, but he actually goes in for the Black Hole, but unfortunately gets cancelled out, and now the Sven dead stolen Black Hole to end the game. But end the game it certainly will. Viking will take the victory. It was way